Hello, everyone. Welcome to this month's Tradition Meets Innovation call. My name is Angie. I'm the Product Training and Development Manager here for RIMAN North America, and I bring you through all the science, all the education, what there is to know about your products, how to use them, how to share them, and ultimately how to experience the RIMAN difference. So we have these TMI calls, which perhaps is not the best abbreviation for these calls, once a month on the third Wednesday of the month when we are not having Product University. So Product University is its own thing. If you are unfamiliar, we have it about 3 times a year. That is an 8-week, once weekly session where we really go in deep on the products, on the brands, and on the philosophies. So with that in mind, we actually will have Product University coming up soon, and I'll mention that towards the end of the call. But right now, we have, of course, our TMI, our Tradition Meets Innovation. So I love seeing everyone messaging in where they are joining from. Arizona, that is actually where I was born, in Scottsdale. So good to see you here. Everyone from Hawaii all the way to the other side of the world, thank you for being here. We have a fantastic call in store for many of you that perhaps were in attendance or otherwise new. We had our convention just a few weeks ago. And with that comes amazing product updates, amazing products as well, new science and technologies. So for those that were there and need a refresh, or for those who were not there and didn't get to see all that excitement about what is new, what is coming, today and tonight is the call for you. So without further ado, I'm going to get started and share my screen. All right, yes. So today we are going over the new products that were launched at convention. Many products were unveiled, some were soon to be available, others are coming up in the next couple of months. We will go through everything, some in more detail, others, of course, to be continued as they come out in the later months. But all of this is going to give you a great grasp of what was discussed during convention weekend. Now, before we even begin, we of course have to acknowledge RIMAN's commitment to making different things, to creating a difference, to allowing you to be the difference you seek in your own world. And this is something that empowers us in the creation of our products. Every single product needs to have, efficacy, needs to be safe, but also needs to be different from all the other products you are used to, because personal care is such a saturated industry and it's hard to stand out. But with key ingredients, patented ingredients, a story that is bolstering the utilization of our products, it is easy for RIMAN to stand out amongst the rest. And so with that in mind, when we look towards what came out, what is new, we started first with the unveiling of something in our skincare line, specifically in the Radiansome 100 line. And this is something that was a long time coming. So within the ICD skincare offerings, we of course have our Radiansome toner, the essence, and the cream. And this is our advanced line, as you may know. Now, with each of these products, With each of these products, they are created utilizing our microfluidizer processor. Now, if you'll remember, the microfluidizer processor is a piece of machinery that allows us to create liposomes of entire formulations. Many of you may know I previously was a cosmetic chemist, and we would often use liposomally encapsulated ingredients, but that was a singular ingredient, meaning that when we included it into formula, the entire formula was 5 to 10% liposomal. With RIMAN and with that microfluidizer processor, we run an initial starting media, an initial formula through that processor to create liposomes of every single ingredient. Now, what's different with this advanced line that was launched a couple of months ago is that it kept going through the processor. We would take that output material and put it back in again, and that created flexible liposomes. Now, these flexible liposomes are ultra refined and ultra fine as well. That allows for this uniform and very thin particle size that creates a really skin-friendly, smooth formulation feel, very light, enhanced in its absorption, all of the things you would want from a topical cosmetic, but at the same time, it is actually getting in there and doing what it needs to do for your skin. So we often would, educate that the line had products that were run up to 7 times through. But when you looked closely at each of the products that were available, where were the 7 times? What product was run 7 times? Because as you can see here, the toner went through 4 times, the essence 4 times, the cream 5 times. So what was that 7-time run through product? Which I don't even think that's proper English, but what was run through 7 times? What product was that? Now, with that in mind, before we unveil what that product is, it's important to note that this allows us to have billions of particles for a singular drop of a product. For the toner, 81 billion particles in a singular drop. The essence, 100 billion, and the cream, 120 billion. So microscopic, of course, cannot be perceived by the human eye, but it is doing all that wonderful nutrition for your skin. Now, that 7-time product, however, is really what is creating the change up of this game, this routine. A 7 times processed product allows for even smaller, more finite particle size. And that is the creation of our all new Radiansome Microfluidizer Concentrate. So this concentrate is concentrated, for lack of a better term. And it came, of course, from research, from an understanding of our current Radiansome offerings, but also from field feedback. I cannot tell you how many individuals reached out and asked, what do I put for my under eye? Do we have a product for this targeted problem area? What do I do for targeted fine lines and wrinkles or dark spots or acne scarring? This is now your solution. It's the Radiansome Concentrate. And with that in mind, this has all that fantastic Radiansome ingredients contained within, plus some, or yes, plus some. So even more ingredients to allow it to perform as a concentrate, as a targeted solution. So the Microfluidizer Concentrate is aligned with the rest of the Radiansome products and what it is meant to do for your skin, to brighten, to visibly reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, to visibly reduce the appearance of dark spots. And it has those Radiansome key ingredients. RK Snowflake, which is in there for radiant vitality of the skin. The Vita Complex, which is a vitamin complex containing vitamin C, vitamin B3 or niacinamide, vitamin B5, and panthenol, along with, I believe, vitamin E or tocopherol. So all these different vitamins with fantastic antioxidant benefit. And also, I always like to list it out because many individuals want their vitamin Cs. The vitamin C is in almost all of the Radiansome products, all of the RIMAN products as well. Collagenere is going to be in there for that elasticity, really supporting the structural integrity of your skin. And then we also have those RIMAN standards, the patented ingredients, Byungpool Colosome and the Centelac GT. Now, the Colosome is essentially giant Byungpool that was grown under UV LED conditions, and this creates a different concentration of phytonutrients, a different concentration of specific antioxidant molecules in the leaves, which was later extracted to create the colosome. It is present in all of the Radiansome products, but in the concentrate, it is 10 times concentrated, really impacting that brightening, that protection that comes from antioxidant care. The Centelac GT is a marriage of giant Byungpool, lactobacillus ferment, which is beautiful for the skin microbiome, and camellia seed, which again, we grow that camellia on Jeju Island at our Ask Base facilities. The new key ingredient for the concentrate is an ingredient known as stellite. Stellite, we could have an entire call over. It is so fantastic in its science and in its performance for the skin. Now, to simplify its approach, it is a synthetic hexapeptide. And this is crucial, this synthetic nature, because of course, many peptides naturally exist in our bodies. Peptides are short amino acid chains. Of course, proteins are those long amino acid chains. And these peptides naturally exist in our bodies to facilitate intercellular communication, to do cell signaling, to tell the cells to produce something. And so we use our natural understanding of these organically created or otherwise organically occurring peptides. And we use all of that understanding to create the best in terms of this synthetic hexapeptide. So you can control the exact amino acid sequence to have the most profound result on the skin. Now, what is key about stellite is that it has a unique activity on multiple different cell types, all included in the melanogenesis pathway. Melanogenesis is the process that naturally occurs in our bodies to synthesize and produce melanin or pigment. And it is happening every single day to give us our skin tone, to give us our hair color. But sometimes due to UV overexposure, due to chronological aging, pollution exposure, or more, you can uptick or rather increase the melanogenesis pathway to create hyperpigmentation, those blotches of dark spots, of melasma, etc. And so stellite understands all the different cells associated in that communication and successful production of melanin. Your melanocytes are these cell types that create melanin, that are actually performing the melanogenesis pathway. The keratinocytes are fancy words for your skin cells. These are your cells that are on the surface, they're in your epidermis, your skin barrier, and they signal to produce, or rather signal to the melanocytes to produce melanin. And your fibroblasts are the cell types that create collagen and elastin, but they also can help in the signaling to melanocytes to produce melanin. So if we have a grasp of all these different controls within the melanogenesis pathway, it gives you a comprehensive control of reducing hyperpigmentation. Now, not only does it inhibit the production of melanin, but if you already have a dark spot present, then it reduces the severity or the intensity of that pigmentation. It also reduces the number of dendrites. And so what that means is when you have a melanocyte that has successfully produced melanin, it branches out into the surrounding skin area to deposit that melanin off its branches. And so if we reduce those branches, it means melanin can't deposit. So again, helping you reduce the chance of pigmentation. And it has an antioxidant effect, again, protecting the skin from the damages caused by UV overexposure or otherwise damages created with oxidative species present in the skin. Now we have listed here some of the in vivo data. And so this was a 56-day study versus a placebo formula. So formula not containing the active. And we saw that it improved luminosity of the eye contour. So it's going to be your under eyes and above on the eyelids by 27%. The cheek dimples, so of course, essentially your cheeks realistically, roughly 33%. The nasolabial folds, so that's going to be the skin right when you branch off your nostrils. That is the nasolabial fold. It folds in when you smile. It decreased that pigmentation by 46% and your forehead by 25%. So these are typically areas, as strange as it might seem, you might be wondering, why didn't it just say the face overall increased luminosity? Is because these areas quite often get pigmentation, either due to scarring, due to UV overexposure, or even that chronological aging. Now, when we look towards the Radiansome Microfluidizer Concentrate, we can see all those fantastic ingredients on the flip chart, and we also have the one sheet. So these should be available to you in the drive. If not, they will be soon. And so you can easily understand all that is going on with this product. Now, the Radiansome Concentrate is to be used at the end of your routine. So once you have massaged in your cream, you'll go in with the concentrate utilizing the Zamak tip. So that is this fancy name for that tip that is included on the product. And to actuate the product out, this white area right here, there's a little space in the back for you to push down. And so you'll pump once or twice to get enough product to cover your face. And you're really only trying to cover problem areas. It is not for a blanket effect on the entirety of your face. So you can go beneath the eyes, you can go for the fine lines and wrinkles around your mouth, around your cheeks, your forehead, also your neck as well. It showed benefit in how it performed for your neck specifically. And so we actually have a massage map for you to follow should you choose. And I always recommend, a little bit of this kind of lymphatic drainage effect with this product. It's very soothing. It allows you to really practice agency and discipline in your routine. So that tip not only is there for you to easily deposit the product, you can actually massage your skin with the tip. So with this with this map, you can see that you can massage upwards around the brow area to lift the brows. The eye area, you can massage from the cheekbone toward the under eye. Cheekbone area, massage from the center of the cheek toward the temple with a lifting motion. So that's what you see here. Nasolabial folds, which again is right here. You can also sweep upward, and then the neck area as well. So again, this is another material that will later be available to you on the drive if it isn't already. But this allows you to really kind of appreciate the self-care opportunity of RIMAN skincare. Now, in the utilization of the included tip, what you can also do is stick it in the fridge, and that'll provide a depuffing and cooling sensation, especially beneath the eyes. So this can be performed both morning and night as the last step of your routine. Of course, if you are utilizing in the morning, this will go before your sunscreen. And so I introduce to you your new advanced RIMAN ritual. Now, with the inclusion of the microfluidizer concentrate, of course, all the other steps remain the same. You are double cleansing to begin your routine, utilizing the moisture cleansing oil to remove any impurities, SPF or makeup, then going in with a water-based cleanser, the snow enzyme, balancing gel cleanser, cleansing powder wash 2 to 3 times a week in place of the balancing gel cleanser or in place of the snow enzyme. You'll then go in with the toner to reinforce hydration and moisturization post-cleanse. The essence, a concentrated form of the Radiansome ingredients, plus some of its own unique ingredients to really nourish the skin. And the cream being that thickest product to lock in barrier care amongst all the other benefits of Radiansome. And your microfluidizer concentrate will go in as your very last step. Now, with utilization of this as well, if you are following that massage map, should any residual product remain on the skin, you are more than welcome to pat it in with the tips of your fingers to enhance absorption of the product. And with all the Radiansome products, as you know, we not only understood the efficacy of the raw materials contained within, we also did submit these products to clinical testing. And so the Radiance and microfluidizer concentrate showed the ability to not only increase radiance and reduce the visible appearance of hyperpigmentation on the skin, but to also improve the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and of elasticity on the neck. And so this really stresses the importance of taking your skincare down your neck and your décolleté. That is still skin, it still has the same layers, the same needs, and oftentimes the same exposure. So easily you can target this application of the product to your neck as well. Now, with this product, I know it is coming September 1st, so some of you might not have your hands on it yet, but if you are, receiving this information and already have questions about how to optimize, feel free to reach out with any of your inquiries to the Ritual@RIMAN inbox to really help you prepare for utilizing this product. And now we will switch over to the other launches that occurred at convention. And one of those was the experience kits. So on the topic of Radiansome, we now have our updated Radiansome experience kit. And again, this was another one long time coming. Once we had launched our Radiansome renewal formulations a couple months ago, everyone wanted to get their hands on the miniatures, on the ways to share, on the ways to take this to travel. And so we now have the kit. And so I actually have one here as well. And you can see the lid is beautiful. It has this iridescent A on the lid. Otherwise, it is a matte pink. And when you open it, much like all the other experience kits, you get your use instructions at the top. I believe you also get, yes, you also get a description of the product. So cleansing oil, a daily gel cleanser. So you also can easily just hand this off to someone without instructions and they can know what the product is for and when to use it. But then we have all those perfect miniatures. So our cleansing oil, the balancing gel cleanser, the toner, the essence, and the cream. Now, of course, the concentrate just came out, so no miniature of that one yet, but this is still a complete solution in terms of advanced RIMAN care, now in a experience kit. So hopefully you are excited for these as well. I know many individuals were looking out for them. Many individuals wanted to know, how can I share these products, but I have so-and-so not wanting to invest in the full sizes. Hopefully that's the solution for you. And so with the experience kit, as I mentioned, you can see a bit better here. We have miniatures of those 5 products, the cleansing oil, balancing gel cleanser, and the 3 Radiansome products. And actually, I want to show you too how cute they are up close. So you can't really see the cream because it's sat in like that, but this is what the cream looks like up close. So you still kind of get that adjacent design to the full sizes. You have this kind of soft touch bottle and the rose gold tip or jar. What am I trying to say? Lid. There we go. All right. And so now we will transition to ICD makeup. And I'm going to keep repeating myself because this was also another thing that many individuals were waiting for. They saw the lip tints and the Glow Up Lip Oil, the Luminous Glow Cushion, and said, what else? What else can RIMAN do? Can I do a complete face with RIMAN? And of course, we are going to continue to add not simply makeup products, but hybrid skincare, looking at ways in which we can transform color cosmetics so that they still nourish the application site, whether it is your lips, your face, or beyond. And so one of the first launches for ICD makeup was specifically our, gotta have myself, was the Butter Lip Liner. So this perfectly pairs with your lip tint and with your Glow Up Lip Oil. It is a way to really create character in your lip look. And there's a couple of different ways in which you can use these lip liners. I also did dance past this slide, but I did want to remind you all that in our formulation of skincare, in makeup, in body care, anything, we are avoiding those toxic ingredients. We are looking at you not only from what does our field want? What do they need? What is efficacious for them? But what is safe for them? And so that still remains true with the introduction of these new products as well, which is sometimes a little harder with makeup. Again, in my understanding as a formulator, there's certain, waxes and silicones that are the most preferred in the formulation of cosmetics. But with the appreciation of non-toxicity and safety in application, we looked for those alternatives to give you something that nourishes and provides a dramatic look, a softened look, whatever you are looking for in your makeup routine. And so the Butter Lip Liner currently has two shades, of course, more to come. We have soft pink, kind of that My Lips But Better pink, and a rich chestnut for those that are, of course, more melanated or those who are looking for that more dramatic lip. And we also, of course, have flip charts and one sheets to support your utilization and discussion of these products. Now, in the lip liners, we have shea butter and jojoba seed oil. These are perfect, especially for the lips, because if you're anything like me, the border of my lips tends to get quite dry and cracked for absolutely no reason. I am wearing my Glow Up Lip Oil every single day, but sometimes when I am eating and I wipe my lip, I forget to reapply, and now my lips are dry just on the border. So having ingredients like the shea butter and the jojoba seed oil can really condition the skin, moisturize the skin and that delicate lip barrier, while also providing benefit to the formula. It gives that nice smooth glide, no skipping when you try to utilize the lip liner. Now, with the lip liner, it is beautiful in its color payoff because it is so smooth. You're not having to really rub it on or draw it on your lips to get any payoff or pigment. It just glides on the lips because of that formulation. But it also is an auto pencil. So it's a slim tip for detail application. And at the very tip of it, you can actually pop this out for a lip sharpener, or rather a pencil sharpener on the go. So if ever you lose that precise tip, you can pop out the bottom to sharpen the tip again. Now, to utilize it, there is a couple of ways. Of course, we do recommend that you don't twist out a lot just so you can ensure no breakage of the product. And you're going to outline your lips along the natural lip line, or if you prefer to overline, you may also do so for that fuller look. Now, for complete coverage, you can fill your lips in with the precision tip. You can also fill in the corners of it and blur it the rest of the way. You can fill it in, but still, of course, apply a lip tint on top, whatever you choose. Or you can apply it just around the borders and completely blur it there, so you're not even filling in the outer corners. So very versatile in the lip look you are wanting to have. If you want it to be more intense or more soft, that is entirely up to you. All right. And so that was not the end of our makeup launches. And so we also unveiled the soon to come Expert Lynx mascara. And so this mascara is fantastic. This is something that we worked on for, I want to say, a year and a half, maybe 2 years, because with RIMAN, we can't just get a product out to you to get a product out to you. It has to be right. And so we trialed so many different formulations, looked at ways in which we could include ingredients that benefit the lashes, and we created this Expert Lynx mascara. Now, with the Expert Lynx mascara, not only are you getting instant lash enhancement with the performance of this product as a mascara, but you get up to 24-hour curl retention. Now, this is best, of course, if you do curl your lashes with a lash curler prior to applying the product. It is also waterproof in nature, smudge-proof, has been tested for skin irritation, of which none was found, and it is a tubing mascara formulation. With that in mind, it is actually quite unique in its tubing mascara status. Of course, you may be familiar with those already on the market. And when you wash them off, they literally come off in tubes shaped like your lashes when you are removing them. This is a Korean tubing mascara, so it does not have that same removal effect. it removes quite easily with the moisture cleansing oil, but just know if you aren't seeing the literal tubes upon removal, that it is actually still a tubing mascara in the technology and how it wraps your lashes. Now, in terms of ingredients, and I must say to have ingredients in a mascara that benefit the lashes is very rare because oftentimes this is one of those formulas that is focusing on pigment and is focusing on, coverage of the lashes, and there's not a lot of room for functional ingredients. But in this product, we not only have our Deserticola peptide, which is a new format of the patented ingredient present in our, of course, Deserticola Plus shampoo, conditioner, and the hair oil serum. But we also have Lava Young Pro water. This helps soothe and comfort that delicate eye area. And lastly, we have panthenol, which coats the lashes with lasting moisture. It is a fantastic ingredient, this panthenol. It is pro vitamin B5 and it keeps your lashes supple and healthy looking, even when the mascara has been washed off or removed. And so I want to revisit that inclusion of the Deserticola Plus because yes, it is something that was utilized in our hair care products. So if you remember, Deserticola Plus was taken from a microalgae, and this microalgae was discovered in the desert. When scientists had discovered this microalgae, they began to take extracts to understand how it was surviving such arid conditions. And they found a specific metabolite called lolulide. Now, this lolulide is known for its benefits in follicular health, and we worked with the Korea Research Institute of Bioscience and Biotechnology to concentrate that lolulide 12 times higher than standard sources alone. And so that promotes the maximum scalp and hair health in our Deserticola Plus products. And ultimately, that main performance of the products is to maintain healthy hair density. Now we have changed this Deserticola Plus to now be a peptide format. So of course, again, when we talked about the stellite with the concentrate, peptides are those amino acid chains. So it's specifically an amino acid chain derived from that chlorella, which is the microalgae, to further promote the benefits we have seen with Deserticola being density and health, follicular density and follicular health. And so with the Deserticola peptide, some of the benefits can be seen here. It fortifies weakened fibers strand by strand. It also supports the strength and resilience of the lashes. It promotes, of course, what I was emphasizing, the greater density and fullness of the lashes, which if ever you see Deserticola, whether it's in the hair care products or in, the mascara or even the serum, which we'll go over, know that its main performance is that visible density. It also helps create healthier looking hair and lashes, and it has clinically tested efficacies. And that is crucial to note because, of course, you can really say a lot of things without having any clinically tested efficacy to that claim or any performance testing to that claim. And so having that is kind of that additional edge above the rest. Now, in terms of mascara, which is, like I said, very difficult to break ground in terms of the already established formulations that are out there. All right. And so, like I had mentioned then, sister product in so many ways is the Expert Lash Serum. So this is something that many individuals were looking forward to because of the need for lash nourishment, especially if you're someone that frequently wears makeup, or perhaps you are someone that has those shorter lashes and you are looking for a difference in aesthetics. Perhaps you want fuller or visibly longer lashes. This is that solution for you. So $39 USD, $54 CAD, 35 SP, 23 BP. I apologize, I have actually not read the other ones, but hopefully you did see the pricing SP and BP on the slide as I went over them. But the Lash Serum is equally as important for routine and for its nourishment. In this instance, it has 3% Deserticola peptide. So with the mascara, it was 1%. With this one, it is 3%. Of course, this was tested looking at the perfect concentration to benefit the lashes, to maximize the benefits you would see in the utilization of this formulation. So with this product, of course, again, we had to look at it not from just a general marketing standpoint, but what actually is it doing in the lab? What is the science behind it? And so we found that it was clinically shown to improve the appearance of eyelash density in just 4 weeks of application. And that is huge because for a lot of lash serums, you do have to play the long game. And that's still true of this lash serum as well. But to see results in just a month's time or under that is crucial to allow you to stay committed, to see that it is benefiting you and that you might as well continue to see what else it can do for you. So with that in mind, we began to see again results in just 4 weeks, but you can continue to apply beyond that, and you should apply beyond that. It helps fortify weakened lashes again because of that deserticola peptide. It supports denser and fuller looking lashes, and it's targeted care for stronger, healthier looking lashes. So both with the mascara and with the eyelash serum, what we are looking for is strengthening, a healthy appearance, density, visible density, all of that stuff that anyone would want for their lashes. And so these products are both coming soon to help you in that category. All right. And so what else are we looking at here? Well, as you can see in this depiction, we are looking at the eye areas still, but there's a little bit of a difference in regards to the under eye. We are talking about specifically an eyeliner. So we are also launching our Expert Stroke Eyeliner, $25 USD, $35 CAD, $22 SP, 15 BP. And so much is to come on this formulation. This is the one that there is more to be unveiled in the next coming months when it is launched, but we also have that eyeliner for that complete look. And let me tell y'all, as someone that always wears eyeliner, I always have my cat eye. This formulation is one that you will want to get your hands on because it is fantastic. And so we'll have two different shades when it launches, black, of course, and dark brown as well. Both very versatile. The dark brown is so beautifully subtle. And there's been brown eyeliners I've tried out before where it just looked very strange. And because I actually have ginger eyelashes, because I am ginger, you couldn't see the eyeliner. But this dark brown is so beautiful. It gives you this really subtle look. Black, of course, for the more intense looks if you choose. And now we are looking at the brows, which is also necessary for a complete look on the skin. And so we will also be launching our Expert Sculpt Eyebrow Pencil. This will also be $25 USD, $35 CAD, 22 SP, 15 BP. And for the Expert Sculpt Brow Pencil, we do have a couple of shades launching. We'll have blonde, soft brown, and dark brown. And of course, with many of these things, while we have initial launch shades, know that that isn't the end of the story. First and foremost, we want to collect feedback from you. What shades do you want? What are their gaps in terms of the shades in your realm? So that's always going to be in consideration. And then also just generally looking at the ways in which we can maintain our makeup offerings. So if you see the colors here today and you of the lip liner of the eyebrow pencil and think that's not going to be for me, just know that this is just the beginning. We are getting these products out, but they will later develop. Like you saw with the lip tints, we launched with a couple of shades and now we have many more. All right, and to finish up the launches going over the ICD makeup products, we have our Sheer Glow BB Cream. Now, this was already out. There is no changes to the Sheer Glow BB as well, but we specifically have new shades. So we currently have Fair, was the one we've had for 3 years, and we now are launching light, medium, and tan. Now, because this is a BB, the coverage is much thinner than the Luminous Glow Cushion or than other foundations. So while it might seem like a pretty perceptible gap between the colors from fair to light, medium to tan, these blend out beautifully to actually be applicable in a lot of different Fitzpatrick skin tones. So with the inclusion of the fair, or excuse me, light, medium, and tan, if you have any curiosity of what shade would be best for you when these products do launch, again, feel free to reach out to CS or to the Ritual inbox. But this is something we are very excited to have because we know how important diversity is in America and beyond. And it's something that we want to embrace and we want to utilize. And so we wanted to make sure we were getting the exact right tones or shades really for these products before launching them. Ones that had kind of that umbrella coverage for a lot of different skin types. All right. And so now we will transition. It is not over yet. We also had some announcements with Botalab. And so within the Botalab line, we specifically went over, oh, where are we going? The introduction of some new travel items. And so with that, we now have, why is it? Oh, there. We now have our Botalab travel kit. Again, long time coming. Many individuals were wanting this. I know some people that had poured their full sizes into travel sizes so they could stay in tune and stay up with their Botalab hair care and body care routines, even on the go. Now you do not have to do so any longer. So as you can see, $55 USD, $77 CAD, 49 SP, and 33 BP. Now, it includes, of course, the shampoo, the conditioner, the hair oil serum, the Squamel Nourishing Body Wash, and the body cream in Morning Garden. So with these products, you also get this little bag, which is perfect. It sits all of those products in. You can also repurpose it if you wish to utilize it for, on the go makeup or stickers. I don't know if you collect stickers for scrapbooking. Whatever you want to utilize this bag for, you may, but it is this perfect little pouch that is still so elegant in its design, so simplistic and clean, that houses these new miniatures of the Botalab body and hair care. So that is also coming soon. So with that in mind, as I kept mentioning, there are products that are coming sooner and there are products that are coming in November. So what we went over today in September, by September 1st, you can get your hands on the lip liners, the Radiansome Concentrate, and the Radiansome Experience Kit. Coming sometime in November, exact date to be announced soon, is the eye products, so the mascara, the lash serum, the eyeliner, and the brow pencil, and the Botalab travel kit. So many, many things exciting coming this 2026 year, this calendar year. Hopefully you are so stoked. I don't know, stoked. Okay, I don't know if we're all surfers, but hopefully you were so excited that in just a few weeks' time, you can get your hands on some fantastic formulations that have been in the works for months, if not years. And so with that, that goes over all of the launches that happened at convention, all of the announcements. I hope you are excited. I am so excited for these products to be in your hands, for you to try them, for you to tell me what you think about them. But as I had also mentioned at the beginning of this call, I did want to note that Product University is starting up soon. So many individuals were wondering when it would happen. Again, they wanted to sign up. They weren't sure if they had missed a link. You have not missed a link. So we will release ample communication about where you can sign up, how you can sign up for the beginning of Product University, which I will believe, or I do believe, starts September. So it'll be that first Wednesday of September. But stay tuned for all that communication. Of course, it'll definitely be in the September monthly rundown. So definitely tune into that. And there'll likely be flyers and socials as well. But hopefully you enjoyed today's conversation. As I had mentioned, this is kind of a taste for some things because they are not here yet. They're coming in November, but hopefully it is a taste that you enjoy and are curious about and want to see more of. And for the lip liner, the Radiansome Concentrate and the Radiansome Experience Kit, these were built because of your feedback. And for that reason, I hope you absolutely love them and find utility in your routine with them. So without further ado, thank you so much for joining, whether it is morning, evening, or night for you. I so appreciate your time and your attention, and I will see you next call or maybe next Product University. Talk to you then.